Alright, hi guys, how many people are here for the experimental film class?
No pressure.
Okay, so I have at least 8 people who are actually dancing. Okay, good.
Yes, I would.
Okay. Okay, first of all, if I can talk to you for a minute and then we'll build the set for 8. But I know there's some people who are kind of listening in, so actually if you want to sit back for a minute, that's okay. I don't know that everybody... Okay, it's time for story. Story time. Okay, boys and girls. Alright.
We'll find some more people.
This is great. Alright, so this is the culmination of about a 3-year project. A couple of years ago, Jamie wrote a dance called Pennsic Dance.
Possible stuff we could have.
And I never saw it because I wasn't at the barn or wherever the night was danced. But then Maurin wrote it down hastily later on so we wouldn't lose it forever. And then Maurin gave me the notes. And Jamie said, reconstruct this, please. The first thing that I'm going to present to you guys is my reconstruction of it. Honestly, I don't expect it to be right. And I think that this kind of brings up an interesting question about how right is anything we reconstruct. So I have a lot of underlying assumptions that I go into when I reconstruct, based on the genre or whatever. But sometimes I find that we actually know less for sure than we don't know. So, for example, I think of English country dance and how we do arming. And the directions say arms off, that again. But what we don't know, you'll see people arm like this. You'll see people arm grabbing like this. You'll see people put their arms up. You'll see people grab the whole arm and up or down.
Also this one.
And this way. Yeah. Which one is it, guys?
They all meet the basic definition.
They all meet the basic definition. So whatever we're certain arming looks like, this is how I teach it. I always put my hand up because it's fun. You can high five people. But the amount that we know for sure versus what we don't know for sure. Here's what I know, and here's a stack of what I know, and here's a stack of what I don't know. Okay. So it's kind of funny because the minute you get a laurel wreath, people didn't all these dances just fly into your brain like you magically knew tomorrow? Like you're a laurel, you should know everything. Well, when I put the wreath on my head, it happened. There was no magical experience where suddenly I could decode Negri without speaking Italian.
You didn't activate the wall read.
All powers activated!
Suddenly it's all so clear. So it's kind of been a lesson in humility for me, for what I think I know and how much I really don't know. And in particular, with doing these dances, how little I'm confident in getting them right. This is the hardest reconstruction project I've ever done. So today we're going to do Pennsic Dance, the definitive reconstruction. In brackets afterwards, citation needed. Followed by, if you can get through it in time, just verse 2 of St. Paul's Cathedral, which gave me nightmares. The stuff I do with galliards, where I translate from Italian, I learned Italian just for that, and then do it. That's way easier than St. Paul's Cathedral. I have far more confidence with the amount of no for those versus Cathedral up here. Here we go. So with that in mind, let's make a set. It's going to be 8 people. Make it like for Newcastle or for Hyde Park, English country. I won't dance if I don't, not needed, but I should warn you guys this is an advanced English country dance. If hays are scary,
Don't do it.
no, I would love to have you here, but it's not for you today. Okay? Alright, experimental set. Are we in good view of the
If you'd like to know. I haven't been worrying about it too much today because it's hard, but yeah, if you scooch it back and...
So how many people have done Pennsic Dance?
Alright guys.
Okay, good.
We know nothing about this town. We will sit and let us be taught.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, and guys, ground rules for this one. If you know what this is supposed to look like,
Yeah.
All of us do.
So, Felice, have you never seen these dances? Or have you?
no, I've never seen them.
That's part of the experiment.
And that's part of the reason why it's got to be done now, is because every time they do this dance, I have to go away. Which is okay, because sometimes I'm like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm sleeping. Which I know is shocking to people, but I get tired eventually. I know. It used to be actually when I was really I don't know. Okay.
Reach your arms outwards.
Alright. So,
I mean out that way, outwards. Okay. Yes. Okay. You guys are basically kind of like your hands are outward, are just off view at the side, if you're getting a sense. But don't worry if you do go out of shot. So, but we have most of the view.
alright.
Thanks.
Cool. Alright, guys. Got that microphone in?
Cut down on the noise.
Yeah, I don't know how well it'll pick up volume, but when we're dancing, it'll pick.
Right, the music should be pretty loud because it'll be right next to the camera's microphone. Okay, so we're gonna start this dance with forward and back and double. That's the conventional way that we do it in the ECD. Whether or not that really is what forward and back and double looks like, we don't know. We don't. So let's go forward and back and double as we would conventionally do it in this main time. Back and up. Very good. If you would kindly drop hands, set and turn twice. To the left, to the right.
To your partner?
To your partner, please. Face your partner, set. Yeah, face your partner, set. Alright. We are going to go forward and back and double again. Look, it's symmetrical. I want to stay that way. Face your partner, set and turn singly. Super. Great. Alright. So, what we're going to do, that was the easy part. There are 13 more easy parts like that. Alright. Heads, you have a direction to start halfway around. If you would point diagonally across the set to the other head, just address that person. That's their spot. If you guys can jump in for a head, star right, put your right hands and go halfway around. And if you would face that next person when I turn around, you see how you have a human located there on the side? Okay, you're going to be doing straight haze by the right shoulder, and you're only going to go halfway. Let me tell you where that stopping point marker is, just in case you're wondering. Sides, you're going to be completely traded off the other side. So you guys over here, you're going to end up over here. People in the middle, you will be swapped with the person behind you. Okay, so everyone is clear on that, right? I don't need to explain it. Pass by the right shoulder, we're all good? Oh, praise the Lord. Okay. You have 12 beats to accomplish this feat. You are going, 8 beats. 8 beats, you would use 2 beats per pass to accomplish this. Okay. So you would do the first change, pass by the right shoulder. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should be swapped at that point. Okay, everyone swapped? Super. People, when you get to the ends of you, would just turn around the pole to use up your 2 beats. That was aesthetically pleasing. Is it right?
None of us know this dance.
I'm putting out for a hay. For a hay, there are conventional ways that we do it, and we're not actually sure.
Which manuscript did this dance come from
This
again?
dance comes from the Blackcloak Lozengia manuscript, which is dated 1599. You know this dance is period? This is the oldest English country dance adopted. Wow. Guys, so when people snark at us and yell, just tell them it's from this period manuscript that I found in this book. Okay? It's untitled, it was found at Pennsic, that's why it's Pennsic Dance. Alright, so you should end up this way. Okay, this person that you're facing right now should be your next. And actually I should have clarified who that person was at the beginning of the dance, that's my fault. Strategic perspective. Please turn this person such that the result of that, remember where you were originally? You're going to be on the opposite side of the set, correct, or excuse me, improper, in your opposite's house. That's their spot. So turn such that you land. Yeah, because you were over there originally.
I was over
over there originally.
Perfect. Yeah, you traded. You were over there originally. Yes. Perfect. You are in the opposite house.
So the circle's rotated?
You're on the opposite side.
So we're still next to our partner.
You are going to.
You should still be next to your partner.
Yeah, you should be next to your partner.
Full circle.
Full circle. And you're landing in the opposite house. So everybody's at somebody else's house, and you should be improper.
Debbage asked a question here. Do we know that it's a two-hand turn?
Manuscript doesn't specify.
It looks good, but
It feels nice to me, but again, we don't know whether it be one hand, and also don't know which hand, and I don't know whether it's counterclockwise or clockwise.
But as you're the person who found this manuscript and is reconstructing this dance, and you're the first person, what did you say the hand should be? 'Cause
I think it should be 2 because you often see that in Hyde Park, and it just works in terms of getting the speed required. I like the G-force too, but the degree of confidence that I can state about whether one hand or however, we have to do it some way, so we're going to do it.
So could it be different for every turn? Or for every couple?
You know, it could be. Playford, we typically don't interpret that way, but it could be. All right. So sides, remember what the heads did. Sides, please raise your hands. Good job, team. Okay. Sides, you're going to go in for a right hand star. I would have given you a left hand star, but the manuscript specifies it has to be right. Turn it one halfway around and look at a side. Turn and look at that side. Oh, isn't that convenient? If you would kindly do that straight hey again, pass by the right, pass by the left, and pass by the right, pass by the left. Notice you're facing a human. Would you kindly take 2 hands with this human? Turn this person all the way around and land on home.
So we're done?
No. Good God, no. And now, because this dance is asymmetrical, you will take hands with your partner and do 1 full turn with your partner. Yeah, the music is interesting, guys. The verse structure, actually, for the chorus, the parts that are complicated, it goes 24 and 32. It's a block of 24 and a block of 32 danceable beats. Usually we'll see something like 32, 32. We don't see that for this dance. It's very interesting. Typo! You know, I've spent so long studying typos in Playford, and like they often just get carried forward to the point where I'm not sure whether it's a typo or not. Because the manuscript does kind of indicate, and the music is there, and I often trust the music more than I trust written descriptions of dance.
For this dance, we actually have multiple concordances of the music, so we can be fairly confident that the music is correct.
So whatever I do with the dance, it's got this. My preference is that it fit the music as opposed to us tweaking the music to fit. I just can't do it.
You might perform the music to another arrangement of beats if that's what you wish.
You know, like, I don't know, if the source material specifies that it ought to look like this, though, I'm more inclined to keep, because again, music notation is clearer most of the time than written descriptions. Arbor is pretty darn clear when he's got the note and then the move right next to the note.
Yeah.
Love you, Arbor. But Blackcloak is so, I don't know what these people are.
And then have the steps marked off below the notation so you know for each verses.
Yeah, that would be really helpful, but golly, I mean.
That might be a later document to create.
You mean fine?
I know.
It could be a lost manuscript.
Well, later Blackcloak Lisso does kind of start to specify where the phrases go, but
Later Blackcloak also gives me a headache.
you got hit in the head once really hard.
He went and screamed at
So guys, for the interest of time, let's start running that figure again. We all know how to double forward and back set and turn outside and do it. You guys are wonderful. I would like to start with the heads starring. And actually, before we do that, though, I want to identify some people. Your corner is the person who's not your partner, but standing right next to you, member of the opposite gender. I call them your mog, member of the opposite gender. The member of the opposite gender, the mog standing across from you is your opposite. The mog standing next to you is your partner, obviously. There's one remaining mog, and that's your next. Okay, that's the person you're running into to turn. Okay? So when I say this person should be your next, I should have clarified that at the beginning. Okay, so heads, would you please start right halfway around and locate a member of the siding party? The side party. There you go. Use straight gaze, please. Right and left and right and left faceless human turn then, and then land such that you're in your opposite's house in proper. Beautiful. Sides, would you please start to the right? It's got to be right. Face the side, and please do a straight hey. Oh, you guys are good. I love it. Turn this person to go home. I don't want to go home. This is hard. Oh wait, we're here.
Don't place my phone.
Turn your partner. One full turn. Okay. Do we want to try it with music, or do we feel kosher? Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Next. You're going to side right with your partner, set and turn. Yep. I'll do that. Just with your regular partner. Yeah. Can we all just talk about that instead of...
Yeah.
Normal siding for typical reconstruction for what we would do with side partner, center, side partner, center. Don't get to switch around. Manuscript wasn't that clear. Okay. All right. So heads, please raise your hand. We're going to do something shockingly reminiscent of Fane I Would, if I could. I suspect that Blackcloak really liked Fane I Would. The structural similarities are just crazy. Which leads me a little weirded out because Fane I Would dates to maybe 1630.
Did get into some good stuff.
Playfordized into Blackcloak was confessed one of the court dancing masters in 1630 stealing from Blackcloak. We don't know. All right, we're gonna do the part that I call the eggshell, okay? From Fane I Would. What this involves is the heads cast off, face away from the set, heads face. Okay. Basically what that happens is they cast off and walk through the sides spots and then back to their own places. Okay, the sides follow them around like a lost puppy. And honestly, the pattern on the floor is shaped like an oval. It reminds me of an egg. So you're going to make little eggs. Cadbury eggs in time for Easter. Okay. Heads, do you understand what you're doing? Oh, I thought you might. Okay, cast off inside. Would you please follow around like lost puppies?
But we have done Fane I Would.
Yeah. All right. Now at this point, after Fane I Would, there's a little circle thing where the sides join in and make a circle. So you're gonna make little circles on the side. Circle one all the way around. And at the end of this circle, if the sides would break hands, and we're gonna squish the sets together. At this point, you're gonna rotate that set halfway around. So you squish it to make a big circle, okay? And then rotate that circle one halfway around. And stop. Very good. Drop hands. The manuscript specifies that the heads get to go again, which I think is awfully unfair. But my hands are tied because the manuscript literally says that. And I prioritize what is written versus what I guessed, or what I think is fair as a 21st century feminist. No, I think I should try to get it close if I can. But again, how much do I know to get it close? Here versus okay. Heads, if you would kindly cast off again. Sides, just follow them around like lost puppies. I'm so lost. Make your little mini circles. Mini circle to the left. All the way around. Sides, would you open it up and connect yourself to a big circle and go all the way, or halfway around. Go home. Oh great, you're home. Turn your partner. Okay.
That's random.
I don't like it any more than you do. It's asymmetrical. It defies all the laws of 16th century cosmos.
Probably far less than you did.
I think we should try that again for smoothness' sake. Okay, sides, it's up to you to remember to break that circle so that you're not late when it comes to circling. Each of these figures is worth 8 beats. Okay? Let's cast it off and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mini circles. Circle, 2, 3, 4. Sides, open it up. Now squish it and circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stop. Heads, cast off again. Push and follow. 5, 6, 7, and circle. 1. Anyone dizzy yet? Yeah, break your hands open and squish and circle. You're back home. Oh, thank God. Turn your partner.
The same direction that
Don't forget. Okay.
You can have a figure follow that, which would undo all that spinning.
There we go. Now I wish we could repeat it again and undo it, but we don't have enough music. How do people feel about this verse? Thumbs? Good. Yes. Good. Okay, glad. Yay, advanced dancers. All right. The next part. We got arming. No.
we know arming.
Yeah. No, do we really know arming?
No.
We know what the conventional reconstruction.
We know what to do if you tell us to arm.
Right. You're gonna arm your partner, center, arm your partner, second, sorry. Alternate English arm, so you know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this part is the part that I like the least. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not happy with it. I'd be interested eventually to see what it really is supposed to look like. I'm not. Honestly, one of the rules that I usually play for teams about, usually, star certain, underline usually, is that in these kind of figure dances, by the end of the verse or by the end of the entire dance, you have to be home. And if you aren't home or were weirdly scrambled, maybe I missed something. You should try it again. And no matter how I
Well, maybe the original was just so obscure that no amount of writing down could possibly fully explain it.
You know, it's possible, but based on what the notes I received, this is the best I can do. You will end up sparked 180 and I hate it. And I'm sorry, but you will end up sparked 180. If I could fix it, I would, but I don't have a magic wand and a Photoshop tool. All right. Right. What did you I could also, at the very end, after you turn your partner, have you scream and run back to the correct spot.
Does it say you don't?
Wait, during each arming, you can have them rotate 90 degrees.
Oh my God, to prefix it. All right, heads, you are going to hate halfway around the set. You're going to pass right shoulder. Heads face each other kindly. So kindly with a smile. Okay. Sides, you're having an easy job. You are just going to take hands in the middle, circle around, and go back to your spots. So, okay, hold on. That's what you'll do. Heads, you're going to do half of the hay around the set. You have 8 beats to get this wrong. I know. Alright, you have 8 beats to go halfway around the circle, around the outside. Okay, while these people do their thing. Okay? Alright, so let's attempt to see that happen. On your mark, get set, go. Take rights and lefts and rights and lefts and hey then. Wait. Only
if you have here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why would you pass your partner?
The original manuscript does not say to pass
It doesn't say not to pass your partner.
it says to half of the hay. Half of the hay. You're right. But what you would do now, is you're going to turn to the person who's your corner currently.
Next.
Next. Yeah, that card. I spent so long staring at verse 3. Which is insane. Alright, so now we need to get ourselves open. Heads you're going to circle, and sides you're going to hang halfway around the set. So sides face your person. You guys are going one full turn. Sides you're only going halfway ready.
Starting at the right.
Right shoulder, yeah. Ready to go. Right. And left. Right. Very good. Back to that person. You are 180 opposite the circle. Turn your current corner.
Retouch cool.
And turn your partner. Oh, that is my corner though.
I
think this last verse just seems too easy.
I know.
No, it's really simple.
I like the look of it. It's pretty.
I think it looks aesthetically pleasing, but it is very simple. And the fact that you don't get home makes me really mad. I'm just saying, fuming.
Could there be like a repeat structure missing? Like,
It feels like if we repeated that whole figure one more time, you would go home. And that would make him happy. So everyone scream and run. And honors the dance.
Can be dancing.
If I can remember it.
Yes. Just tell me if you want to start doing the real thing.
The question is, what do you want to see?
I think she should see that. She should right after.
Let's see how she reconstructed it.
Well, first we should do it with music her way.
Let's see her.
And then do the other one. Okay.
I will call it, and then afterwards, you should have I'll probably cry.
Somehow we might be able to find the original manuscript for that unsatisfactory section.
I know.
And make sure you call it for us.
Yeah. I'm fairly sure I have.
Scotch Cap does set a precedent about having a structure though where it's verse 1, chorus, 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 verse 2, chorus, verse 3, chorus.
It could be repeating. It doesn't say.
I'll reproduce that the way back machine.
Yeah.
My hope is that we can get
Just,
like enough
and
people who know.
you know, it looks like
that
whoever did it
don't
like
call it.
really trying to get it fast after what he remembered. So
Because we have long
Perhaps even.
that's ridiculous.
But I like it. Maybe we can modify the music, you know, and do that. Do the symmetric version.
Yeah, maybe the third chorus is actually a double chorus.
That's what I was saying. That Scotch Cap kind of sets a precedent. For that, so.
If it were a double chorus, I would love it. It'd be so pretty. And I would also like to do that middle one again and let the sides.
Oh.
That would make me real happy. So.
And do the first verse again and do it left-hand star.
Yes.
And have the spins to like a balanced version of the spins in the direction.
Maybe it's just a dance meant to be done twice in a row.
Maybe that would actually be a
You know, like those ones where the three couple dances are the first couple.
Yeah, then you're like the wrong way and then you do it.
Yeah, like
If we did
the
it
15th
twice-
century Italian
If we
stuff.
did it twice, and then by the end of the day.
If it is one of the earlier English countries.
It might
Yeah.
be, yeah, it might have reminiscent leftovers.
Yeah, it would be better. It would be good.
So, shall we?
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. I'll try to call it, guys. I just learned it myself. So, all right, team. Let's just do a second touch with sides so we don't think. Back to step and turn. Into the middle again. It's the only part I'm really Heads, get ready to start. Heads, star right, just halfway. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn that person. Turn 2, 3, 4. Land in your opposite mouse. Turn your partner there. Oh wait, no. Sorry.
we swap in everyone who knows Pennsic Dance Cold?
Although I'd like to do it on the side.
I'll take a
Depends on the year.
Gold version.
Pennsic Dance Cold, Pennsic Dance Hot.
Everybody here knows it pretty well?
Yep.
Do without reviewing it, just so you can keep on
Yeah.
track.
Just as a note, there is one thing which was changed from the original manuscript, and you will notice it.
Yes, you will. I'll be like,
You will notice it.
Okay, now Pat filmed Felice, and we'll get her reaction as you
okay. Alright, are you ready? I'm ready to be amazed.
Classic YouTube reaction videos.
Alright. I'm so confused. got more right than I thought I did.
Yeah, it was dead on.
Oh, wait, that's lying.
The first verse is dead on, aside from the fact that we changed the right hand star to a left hand star.
Flow better into the hay.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, but that was really cool.
Yeah.
I like the squish and then new circles.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Okay, so we have 12 people who know verse 2 of St. Paul's Cold, right?
Unfortunately, I have to go and get the pizzas.
But anyway, so 20 minutes. So if you want to talk about St. Paul's.
Yeah, you know what? We can do part of it. I don't think we're going to get through the whole thing. But we can do part of what I have. And that's good because by the time we get to the end, I'm not satisfied anyway. Sorry.
That was really fun.
So, did you spot what we were doing that last time?
Yeah, the sides were circling with their corner while the heads were hitting.
Yeah, the sides.
Yeah. The table, the size of Dixie,
And I'm fairly sure we actually just
Good work on the notes.
kind of
She wouldn't have been able to do the construction if your notes didn't have sufficient amount of information.